Rod Fleming in the Philippines here. How the hell are you? It's kind of grey this afternoon, so it's quite cool in the office, which means I'm able to be here without the air conditioning on. However, I have to tell you that the local barber has not yet opened. We're still technically under lockdown, although it's kind of vague as to who's actually locked down, you know. But anyway, as soon as he gets open again, I'll have my haircut. So I'm sorry about the floppy moppy look. I can't do a lot about it just now. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about bias. And again, one of the things that I've been seeing a lot of recently is people using scientific papers in a way that they think proves a political point. That's a total misuse of scientific papers, right? Academic papers are not written to be used as political ammunition. They are used to make a statement and to provoke argument and debate, okay? And they are not, by any reputable scientist that I've ever spoken to, designed to be the basis of public policy. But public policy, when it is decided, has to be decided by politicians who read enough of the science to actually understand what's going on. It's a completely different thing from, you know, mouthpieces on the internet coming up and saying, oh, I read this paper and blah, 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 blah. We never do that on this channel. If I refer to a paper, it's purely informative. You will not find me saying that, you know, this paper says that and therefore we're going to have to do that. But that's what we're seeing. And one of the things that is really concerning me just now is this reawakened push, because it had kind of gone away, you know. I think a lot of people felt that when Ken Zucker was finally got rid of, and I've said I was dubious about the manner in which it was done, but only because I thought he should have faced a court of law. I thought he should have been dragged up in front of the courts and made to explain himself and to answer for his obvious mistreatment and abuse of young people. Obvious. He'd been using reparative, in fact, conversion therapy to persuade young transsexuals, pre-transsexuals, that they were actually gay. Now, I know, we all know, that there is a scale of variation between homosexual transsexuals, and so-called feminine gay men. They're all sexual inverts. But it is important which one you decide to be, because let's be quite honest, in the West, the gay cult, the new gay man, is a nightmare. It absolutely detests any expression of femininity. Its members are not allowed to be feminine, or they'll be expunged. The Americans are such nice people. And it is also rife with emotional abuse, substance abuse, physical abuse, high suicidality, promiscuity, high incidence of STIs, you name it. You name something that's not very good, and the new gay man culture has it. And my question is, why are we pushing young pre-transsexuals, especially boys, and this is really boys we're talking about here, into being gay men when they could just be perfectly happy women and get on with life, get married to a nice man, adopt some kids, and that would be that. Result. Objective achieved, a happy, fulfilled person. And when I see, I'm not going to mention their sites because I wouldn't want to give them more traffic. The fact is that, you know, you see these sites where people are saying, oh, you know, well, you know, they're just the same as gay men, so why can't they be gay men? The point is, what is good about being a gay man? Why isn't it better to be a woman? If you're a boy who's grown up thinking he was a girl, massively attracted to men, wants to be with men, wants to be a woman, why would you want to be a guy? Why would you want to pretend to be a guy? Because that's what it is. It's a pretense. The whole new gay man cult is based on a lie. And that lie is that these people are men. They're not. They're women. They're women because they have female sexuality. And of course, we know what the result of this lie is. It's the hypermasculine new gay man with his ETLE. You know, he falls in love with the idea of himself as a masculine man, which is the one thing he isn't. He's not a masculine man. He's a woman walking around in a male body. That's what he actually is. And so, why, I want to know, I really would like an answer. And I don't want to hear, cause biology, because that would mark you up out as a real arse. I'll be quite honest with you. I would not be impressed to hear that. I think I'll need something a bit more reasoned. And I think the person who said that to me would know who I was talking about. Excuse me, I'm going to drink a beer so I don't get too excited here. Anyway, I have nothing against people being gay men. It's not a problem. This place is absolutely full of them. They're everywhere. But they're not pretending to be masculine guys. They're extremely feminine and they're able to show that femininity. And that's fine. There's no problem with that. A great number of them do transition. They will say, nah, to hell with it. Why bother? Why not just, transition? And especially that's the case in the days of the internet, because what's happening is that these young people, and we're talking about people who do start hormones at the age of 12. We'll come back to this. Will go online, onto the internet, and they'll see that, as little gay femboys, they got really very little chance of making any kind of relationship with a Western guy. But if they turn into a girl, yeah, it's pretty much, it's easy for them. I mean, ask any of them, and they'll say, oh, it's easy for us to get a boyfriend online. That's simple. You just go online and then they queue up. And remember, that's an income. Because these men will be asked for money. It's like, I need hormones. I need this, I need that, I need a new dress, I need new shoes. And the guys will go, sure. And they'll send the money. And that's what's actually happening. There's no incentive to join the new gay man cult here at all. It doesn't exist. I mean, there are some, they call them macho gays here. There are some macho gays, but they come purely from what are called Philam, that's half American, half Filipino families, and from highly Americanized groups like that. Really, everybody else, no, they have nothing to do with it. They don't want to know about it. And when you talk to all the backlers and ladyboys, it's like, oh, macho gays. They're a joke. They regard them as a joke. And, macho gays, because they're Filipinos and they're generally speaking quite good-humoured people, they kind of take that joke on and say, yeah, fair enough. Here I am standing in the middle of a bunch of drop-dead gorgeous women who all have dicks, and I look a bit stupid, don't I? And they do. It's stupid. It's a stupid thing to do. And so that's what I want to know. Why is this bias towards it's better to be gay? Why is it being tolerated? Because the fact is, there's no evidence that it's better to be gay. None. Zero. All the evidence is the other way. It's actually better to transition. Live your life as a woman. And I can assure you, I know quite a few trans women here. And the HSTS, they transitioned, when they were 12. Started taking hormones when they were 12. 13 maybe. They're perfectly happy. 10, 15 years later, they're completely happy individuals. Even people who, they call them late bloomers, we would call them, sorry about it, Doug. We would call them autogynephiles or non-homosexual transitioners in the West. They just call them late bloomers here. They appear, between the ages, usually between the ages like 15, 16 and 20 to 22. Even they're quite happy. They hit the hormones, they grow the hair, they start competing in pageants and all the rest. They're totally fulfilled, happy, satisfied as affirmed people. What is wrong with that? Why is that a bad thing? Why should they have to pretend to be men? Because it suits some bloody feminists. Well, I don't think so, I really don't think so. And I'm really encouraged to see, and I do keep an eye on social media, although my presence is low, to see that I'm seeing many more young transitioners coming through in the West, in the UK, USA, just a lot more. And it's wonderful, it's great. It means that this horrible, horrible hegemony of gender-crit feminists and the new gay man and their supporters and these dreadful American people who think that they have the right to tell other people how to live their lives is being pushed back. And that can only be a good thing. It can only be a good thing. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a libertarian. That means I support the right of every single individual to live the life they want without interference from some other schmuck who thinks they know better. As long as you ain't causing harm to somebody else, you should be left alone to get along with it. And that's my position, and I will support you. I will always support you. I'm a libertarian, that's what I believe in. I've always believed that. The individual is sovereign. And that means that no damned quack, no airhead like Kellyanne Keane Mitchell, or some get lucky quick, get rich quick semi-writer like J.K. Rowling has the right to tell you different. If you want to live as a woman, you can live as a woman. If you want to live as a man, you can live as a man. Your choice, nobody else's. Nobody else has the right to interfere with that, and nobody else has the right to object to you accessing the kind of therapies that you will need to make that dream a reality for you. Okay?